Welcome back to the channel. For this next mini series, we're gonna be talking about emotions and how, as humans, it's hard for us to really navigate our lives without that direction from God, without reading the Word, without challenging ourselves to look outside of ourselves to see like God, what are you doing? What are the missing parts that I'm missing? And today we're gonna be talking about anxiety, and in particular, anxiety with leaders, and how we, myself included, we try to be perfectionists. We try to make sure every domino is lined up. We don't even want to knock the dominoes down. Like, we don't even want to go through the whole process, right? Because when that one domino falls, everything falls down. Like, every part falls down, even though it was designed to do that, even though we set it up in such a way for that to happen. Because that's the foundation that we're setting up. If we have dominoes, right? And it's like, hey, I don't want this to knock down, but we're setting ourselves up for disaster. And that's kind of how anxiety is and how it works. And like, we allow different things to pour into us that are not really um that are not good for our upbringing, or not good for our foundation, not good for our character. And when we allow comparison, when we allow different words that that might challenge us, like where somebody is like, hey, like, good job, like, or you can tweak this, like it can be good words, right? It can be good coming from the information, can be coming from resourceful, from important people, and it can be coming from negative, but it's still the same because we try to appease to everybody. And we have to learn how to delegate. We have to learn how to give the ball to somebody else. We can't be a ball hog. And we see that a lot in different organizations. Like, it can be in the corporate sense, it can be in church, where we have the ball. And it's like, man, I want to pass it to you, but I don't know if I can trust you. Even though God put you in this position, even though He brought you to this team, I don't know if I can trust you. And we know a lot of ball hogs. We're watching different games, the NBA, and in a sense, it's good for you to take over when it comes down to the line. But every time, like every play, you have to take over. Like, I'm paid the same amount, or I have the same or similar skills. I want similar skills, but if you don't pass me the ball, how can I make my mistakes, and how can you can correct me if I don't get the chance to step into those positions? And as leaders, we are important for our youth. We're important for them to see us in such a way where we're not having, or holding on to this anxiety that we need to let go. And that's what it says in First Peter, um, chapter 5, verse 6 to 7. It says, humble yourselves, therefore, under God's mighty hand, that He may lift you up in due time. Cast all your anxiety on Him, because He cares for you. And as you're leading your youth, wherever you are, it can be your own children, it can be your students at church, in your ministry, it can be your students at school. As you are leading them, lead yourself. And when God changes and, like, corrects everything inside of you, then you can properly care for these students. And not in the sense where you're talking over them, but in the sense where you're creating a table and you're sitting with them. It's like, hey, like, what are you going through? Because what they're going through, their anxiety is different from what we are experiencing. Their emotions are different, and they're still trying, and they're still developing. Their brain is still developing as they're in their adolescent years. So it's important for us to care for ourselves, and to cast everything to God, so He can use us in the correct way. He can use his instrument that he placed in a way where we are given to others because God has given to us. So thank you for watching this video today. And as always, it's MJH Motivates. Next week, same time, same place, 7 o'clock. Peace.